Welcome to Buckeyes Tomorrow Morning for Monday, August 24th. I'm your host, Tom Orr. The Ball State game in 12 days, the game against Michigan in 96 days. We're sponsored today by our friends at Jeff Ruby's of Columbus, proudly offering nationally acclaimed U.S.D.A. prime steaks, seafood and sushi, impeccable service, live entertainment, and an attention to detail that is simply unmatched. Just go to jeffruby.com/Columbus to check out the menu and make a reservation today. All right, on today's show, we're going to be welcoming Tony Gerdeman of BuckeyeInsiders.com. He has 3 predictions for the upcoming 2026 college football season with the Ohio State Buckeyes, and we're going to do this in a nice, balanced way. One on offense, one on defense, one on special teams. Are these bold? No, they never are, but this isn't a bold prediction show, so that's okay. He's allowed to not be bold on this one, but we do have 3 things that he thinks he knows are going to happen. I'm interested to hear what they are. But Tony, I want you to start us out with something. Give us a prediction about Jeremiah Smith.
Well, Tom, you're saying this isn't bold, but I am predicting Jeremiah Smith to do something that nobody has ever done in the history of Ohio State football. And that is, he's actually I'm predicting him to do something that many others have done also. But
you're in mid-season form. Keep going.
He is going to break the single season record for receptions at Ohio State. I think he's going to best the 95 catches from Jackson Smith and Jigba in 2021, and I think he's going to get at least 96. Again, something nobody in Ohio State history has ever done, but it's hard to come up with a bold prediction for Jeremiah Smith that doesn't include like 6 touchdowns or 400 yards. But and I think that also says a lot about Jeremiah Smith, that you're predicting him to break a school record. And you're like, yeah, that's not really bold.
Yeah, he last year, I'm just doing the math right now, 87 catches in 13 games. So that's 6.69 catches per game. So if he's going to get 96, that would be, he would need, I would need to learn how to use a calculator. He would need 14.3 games to do that at the rate that he did last year. And I think that seems reasonable. He also did not play full games some last season, missed a game last season. So, I think they're almost certainly going to play 14 games. I think that would be a little bit of a surprise if they didn't play 14 games. So, yes, I think, this feels like it should be bold. It's really not bold. We're not doing a bold prediction show, so it's okay. But yeah, I think this is one where, yes, he's going to get more attention this year from opposing defenses. So there are probably going to be moments where it's more challenging for him to get the ball. But also, this is not the first year that opposing defenses have been aware of Jeremiah Smith, and he's probably going to be playing more second halves this year than he did last year.
That's a really good point. I had never thought about that. But yeah, he's going to be playing all 4 quarters in most of those games. And I just want to point out real quick, when Jackson Smith and Jigba set these records, the final 5 games of that season, he caught 60 passes for 958 yards, which is like probably almost like that's a top 15 season in Ohio State history, probably. And it was in 5 games, and that dude was incredible.
Yeah, that was the year that ended up with that Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl against Utah, which we may be referencing here in a different context in just a minute. But yeah, that was an incredible end of that season. The fact that you didn't get to see him much at all in 2022 is one of the great what ifs in Ohio State football history for sure. So, all right, from Jeremiah Smith, who is about as proven a commodity as you can have in college football, to a true freshman defensive end, Khary Wilder.
So my Khary Wilder prediction here is that he will have multiple sacks in a game this year. And you're saying, so big whoop. He will become the first true freshman to do this at Ohio State since Chase Young had 1.5 sacks in a 48-3 win over Michigan State in 2017. So, I went and made sure, like, Jack Sawyer never did this. JT Tuimoloau never did this. Several players, Zach Harrison did not do it. Will Khary Wilder do it? I'm predicting that he will. It may have to come against like Ball State or Kent State or Maryland or something like that. But I don't know. This, Tom, again, this this is a little bold, you have to admit.
This is one that I would have allowed in a bold prediction show. And I can't wait to steal this when we do our season long bold predictions and have you tell me. Yeah, I mean, you all heard him. You all heard him. He just said it would be bold. So I will be going first, and I will be taking this one, and Tony will be getting big mad. Friends, the season's almost here. You can't wait. It's okay. Yeah, I like this one. It's a little zesty because I think there's, this kind of goes back to what I just said about Jeremiah Smith. You don't have as many games where it's like, well, he's going to do this against Grambling this year. Grambling's not on the schedule. Could he do it against Ball State? Yeah, sure. He could do it against Ball State, or he could do it against Kent State. But I think it's more likely going to have to happen later in the season. And that's pretty spicy because I think it's entirely possible that he could do this because the rotation that they're looking at at the defensive end position, he's certainly in that mix. He's in that top 5, top 6 or so. And I think they're going to be rotating guys. And I think he's someone who could potentially move up in that pecking order, depending on how things fall this fall. But yeah, that's a pretty good one. I like that.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it when people appreciate me.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now we're going to go to the kicking game now. We've had an offense. We've had a defense. We need to hit special teams. How about Conner Hawkins? What's your bold prediction or just regular prediction for Conner Hawkins?
Well, I mean, this is something that hasn't happened in many years. And so by definition, as we know, Tom, that could be considered bold. But I'm predicting Conner Hawkins to hit a game winner this year. And when we say game winner, let's say in the final minute of a game. And it's been, we were trying to decide, like, when was that? That we've come to the conclusion that it was the Rose Bowl against Utah that we were talking about just a few minutes ago, where Noah Ruggles hit the chip shot to win the game. But this is something that Ohio State has tried to do and has not, succeeded in a few big games. And they went into the portal and got Conner Hawkins for this purpose, to win games, to win close games. And so I would assume, since they've gone and done that, you may end up playing to that effect where it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's like, we're okay. We've got Conner. We don't need to, try to do anything crazy. And that ends up leading to, kicking a game winner against Illinois because, we got Conner. We're okay. So I think he's going to hit a game winner, Tom.
All right. Yeah. And I think that's entirely possible. This once again goes back to, hey, they're going to be playing a lot more close games. You can go through the last few years of Ohio State football scores, and there are not a lot of scores that would lead you to even have to think back to, in the game they won by 24 points. Did that come down to a last-second field goal? No, it sure didn't. That was not many of those over the last few years. As you said, there have been ones that they won. They have been ones that they've lost, but not many that came down to the last second. With the schedule that they have this year, definitely a real possibility that they will have one that comes down to that. So there you go. 3 predictions for the 2026 Ohio State football team. Nice and balanced there from Tony Gerdeman. 1 on offense, 1 on defense, 1 on special teams, covering all the bases for you. You want us to cover all your bases? We got that covered for you at BuckeyeInsiders.com. That's where Tony and we are your team insiders. We got Chuck Maletti. He is your recruiting insider. Ross Fulton, Michael Pettit, they are your scheme insiders. Marcus Hartman, he is your basketball insider. We had a really, really busy weekend at BuckeyeInsiders.com. Had a great scrimmage report. If you have not seen the scrimmage recap video that Tony and I did, you can find that on our YouTube channel or on the Buckeye Weekly podcast feed. I'd encourage you to go check that out. But much more detail beyond that we can share on the insiders board at BuckeyeInsiders.com. If you are, we get it. Like, this is not necessarily a 365 a day year obsession for everyone. We totally understand that. This is the time of year when it does become a little bit more of an obsession for a lot of people. So if you have not joined us already, this would be a great time to sign up. Give it a try for a month, $11.99 for a month. And if you like it, then you can change over to an annual subscription, save yourself a little bit of money there. But give it a try today. BuckeyeInsiders.com, YouTube.com/Buckeye at Buckeye Insiders. We're on all your social media platforms. You can find us all those places, but we would love to see you there at BuckeyeInsiders.com. And thanks again to our friends at Jeff Ruby's of Columbus, the award-winning upscale steakhouse in downtown Columbus. named one of the top 50 steakhouses in America by Food Network. Just go to jeffruby.com/Columbus to check out the menu and make a reservation today. That'll do it for today. Thank you guys all for joining us. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.